Slender Man is a fictional character that became one of the most infamous modern urban legends. Hello guys, this is Void Chronicles. In today's video, we will do the breakdown of who Slender Man is, where he came from, and why he's so infamous. Who Slender Man is. Slender Man is not just a story. He's a shadow, a presence, a figure that hides just beyond the tree line, watching. He doesn't speak. He doesn't chase. He simply waits. Tall, faceless, and impossible to understand. Dressed in a black suit standing over 8 feet tall, with tentacles that writhe like smoke, he appears in places where people vanish. Forests, abandoned buildings, flickering corners of childhood memory. People say he stalks children. Others believe he feeds off fear. The more you think about him, the closer he gets. He causes slender sickness, nausea, memory loss, paranoia, nosebleeds, until your mind isn't your own. Slender Man taps into something primal, the fear of the unknown, the unease of being watched, but not followed, the terror of your own mind turning against you. He's not a monster with claws, he's not a ghost with chains. He's the empty face of our deepest fear, that something is out there and we can't explain it. It didn't start in the woods. It started on the internet. In 2009, a man named Eric Knudsen, under the username Victor Surge, posted 2 doctored photographs on an online forums. In the background of both images stood a tall, faceless figure in a black suit, watching children. The captions? Fictional. The images? Fabricated. The fear? Real. Well, people didn't just look, they believed. They wrote stories, drew art, made videos, and with every word, every whisper, Slender Man evolved. From pixels on a screen into a modern myth. He became the internet's boogeyman, a digital demon, born from fear, raised by imagination, and fed by millions of minds. Why his origin haunts us? Because he's not from ancient folklore. He's not tied to religion or culture. He's something we created, and that makes him more terrifying. Slender Man is proof that the human mind doesn't need the supernatural to feel hunted. It just needs an image, an idea, a whisper that spreads like a virus, until fiction starts to feel like memory. Slender Man was never meant to exist. He was born from fiction, faceless, silent, impossible. But the more we looked at him, the more real he became. People saw him in dreams. Children drew him in their notebooks. Some claim they felt him watching, just beyond the trees. He taps into something ancient, the fear of being followed, the fear of the dark, the fear that your mind can't be trusted. Slender Man exists not because he's real, but because we made him real. Because deep down we all wonder, what if the things we imagine are imagining us back? In 2014, in a quiet town in Wisconsin, 2 12-year-old girls led their best friend into the woods. They weren't playing. They stabbed her 19 times and left her to die. Why? Because they believed Slender Man was watching. They thought if they didn't kill, he would kill their families. They believed that if they obeyed, they could live with him in the forest. These weren't monsters, they were children, consumed by an online myth that became their reality. Their victim crawled to a roadside and survived, but what she survived was more than knives. She survived the dark power of belief. This wasn't a horror story, it was real, proof that fear can be planted and imagination can become obsession. Slender Man didn't stab that girl, but the idea of him did. And that's what makes him so terrifying. Slender Man was never supposed to leave the screen. He was just a story, just a photo, just a game. But somehow he slipped through. He became part of the internet, then part of our fears, then part of reality. Not because he's real, but because we believed. And sometimes, belief is more dangerous than any monster. So the next time you hear a whisper in the woods, or feel like you're being watched, don't look too long. So guys, that's all for today. I hope you like this video, and comment down below what you think. Make sure to like and subscribe. We'll meet again in a new episode of Void Chronicles. Till then, see you guys.